LeBron into basketball?
I don't know. Like I said, we need to talk about it. Uh, Probably gonna be uncomfortable, uh, but everybody gotta give better effort, starting with me.
Hey, let's talk about Luka Doncic and how I think he's one of the most overrated players in the NBA today. If you like my content, make sure you hit that follow button, share this with others, come in the comments, let me know if you agree or disagree with me. Either way, don't be a fraud, be a friend. Follow LA the King. So the headline is going to read Luka Doncic is overrated. And obviously, Luka Doncic is a talented player. He was talented when he played in Europe. He was talented when he played in Dallas, and he's talented when he played with the Lakers. But as far as what he does, and I don't see winning plays out of him, or even try hard for the Lakers to be successful. And it is probably part of the reason why Harrison traded him. And Nico, even though he's not with the Mavericks, probably made the best decision, and it worked out because it's like the reason why you fired Nico is because you could have got more for Luka, and you should have been bargaining with other teams instead of just going straight with the Lakers. But and your future would be set up brighter. So that's why he deserved to be fired and won the trade. But Luka doesn't produce winning basketball. I understand he went to the finals, took his team there, but overall, he's a jock. He shoots a lot. I know, like, oh, he gets assists. A lot of his assists comes he's trying to shoot the ball, and the defender's in his way, so he looks to pass it out, and he just like flicks it with his wrist to get over there to him. His defense being so bad is part of the reason why the Lakers have no success. If you give a third of what you do on offense and put it towards your defense, you'll be a better player. So I'm not a fan of how slow his game is. It's nothing exciting. He don't compare with Shea. He don't compare with Joker. He don't compare with Greek. I'm ready to drop him out of the actual top 5 of the NBA, but that's for another part. But right now, I think Luka is one of the most overrated players in the NBA. You let me know what you think.
I see a lot of Laker fans, getting mad at Luka Doncic for not showing effort, right? Not showing the effort, getting mad at LeBron, saying it's LeBron fault. You got some people saying, well, for the most part, Luka, Luka, um, he's had a newborn and all this stuff, and he looked disengaged, and they fired on all cylinders when Brian was there and all that type of stuff. And now that Brian is back, that they're not really firing on the cylinders that they were. So basically, they blaming Brian for that. I think Austin Reed's been out too, and they basically saying that it's Brian's fault. Okay, that Brian messes everything up, and I've said it before, and I say it again about our good brother LeBron James. I think people don't understand. I think people talk about. I can't even see. People talk about his impact on basketball. And compared to Steph Curry, and Curry did this and Curry did that. Curry made everybody want to shoot a three and shit like that. LeBron James created a world of basketball where young guys can't play without the basketball. This is why you take some of these guys, and it take 2 or 3 years for them to find a niche into the league. It's because everybody used to playing with the ball. Playing without the ball is they don't defend, they don't know how to cut, they don't know how to space, they don't know how to shift, they don't know how to slash no more. You don't even see those slashers, the Gerald Wallaces like that no more. The Desmond Masons no more. The Junkyard Dogs. You don't see the Bruce Bowens no more. Those guys coming to league. Those guys develop into have to develop into that. Everybody comes in, they feel like they're a superstar. Luka and LeBron are 2 of the most ball dominant players that you're going to see. Jalen Brunson, and it's no disrespect to Luka, Jalen Brunson was able to glow up after he got Luka because he showed he's very versatile. The Knicks made a great move by getting him because even if they get another dominant guy, Brunson can play. If you can play with Luka, you can play with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So Of course they're gonna clash. LeBron is not gonna give a lot of effort defensively at this age. He ain't gonna turn into a catch and shoot player at this age. And they're gonna clash. Luka's not gonna give effort defensively. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is time for them to move on from LeBron, to be honest. But also it's time for them to see if they can get something out of Luka as far as playing off the ball, being a better ball defender, being a more team-friendly guy as far as playing off that ball, moving out the ball, catching and shooting, allowing somebody to control the maestro a little bit and post him up. It'd be a lot. He'd be a lot more efficient. His turnovers would be a lot further down too. They clash. I mean, anybody knew when they put them together they was gonna clash. And then you put an old man Bron with him, and you still think you got it and all that type of stuff. I mean, yeah. And then he's shutting down, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's his issue. When you shut down like that, you know what I'm saying, and you just you can't make that type of money and be the face of a franchise. And that's what they talking about Lamar Jackson. You see it in Lamar Jackson. You got to be stoic, and that's something that I had to master as I got older. You get in your 30s, you got to learn 40s, you got to learn to be stoic. When people see that it's a time and a place to show your emotions. When motherfucker violate you or play you like you stupid, you can't just you can't always take the high road. You can't always be cynical about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you gotta check shit when it's there. But you can't isolate yourself. You can't quit. You can't shut down. You gotta be in the huddle. You gotta be making plays. You gotta be an encourager because you are the heartbeat of the team. And if you down, Doodoo Brown down, the team is gonna be Doodoo Down Brown. So he has to understand that. Gotta work on maturity. He's working on his body now. And I think the next step for him, after working on all of that type of stuff, is to work on attitude. Work on playing without the ball. Work on, moving without the ball, catching and shooting, slashing. Once he learned to play off the ball, he's going to be able to find the game is so much easier. And when he play on the ball in spots, when he learned to really be a point guard, he's going to be a phenomenal player. That's going to have to come with leadership. That's going to have to come with getting off the ball, moving off the ball, sitting in the corner a little bit, running the baseline, coming off screen, catching, shoot, posting up, allowing somebody else to create for you. But if that don't happen, nobody going to play with Luka. Nobody going to play with somebody when he determined when I get the ball and don't get the ball. And that's just word to the mother. You know what I'm saying? Son, word up, son. Dead ass. But on a serious note, it's going to be hard to get people to play with him. I'm saying that right now. I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna be hard to get people to play with him. But him and LeBron, anybody that knew basketball knew this wasn't gonna work. Anybody that knew basketball, I think the Lakers knew. He got a no trade clause. You really wanted to send back, and maybe you can send him back to Cleveland right now. Cleveland's struggling. But for the most part, don't they still gotta sign him back? Sign Austin Reeves back? I mean, yeah. But, teams through the season has ups and downs. I'd rather be down now and then rather be down trying to make a playoff push. So I really wouldn't harp on. He just has to mature. He just has to mature. And Brian ain't gonna never change the stripes. Brian ain't gonna never get a ball up. Brian ain't gonna never run the lane consistently or spot up or be a slasher or post up and play off the ball. Nigga been doing this shit for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? He can never change. You know what I'm saying? And, JJ Redick ain't gonna call him out. That's his boy. That's his boy. But when you give a guy, even though he's one of the greatest basketball players, not the greatest basketball player, even when you give him leeway, they see it. That's why Popovich treated all of them the same. When you see you chew out Tim Duncan, he'll chew out anybody. You got to be hard on everybody. And that's one thing, no Diddy. That's one thing I liked about Popovich. It was exceptions like Phil kind of giving Kobe a pass, and he explained, I was listening to Brian Shaw explain that, why he gave Kobe a pass. Because he wanted to keep him in a young pup. He wanted to keep him in kill mode. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens, man. I look forward to it, man. I think Luka just gotta. I mean, if Jason Kidd couldn't give him to give up the ball, it's gonna be a hard task. He learned to play off that ball. He gonna like it. I'm telling you, he gonna like playing off the ball. It's so much easier than going 1-on-5. And do it all the time. Kay Cunningham do it all the time. When you learn to play off that ball and let somebody else create for you, the defense can't focus on you like that. But hey, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon, find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Let me know what you think in the comment section, peace.
JJ Redick literally said in this interview what I've been saying to you guys forever. Are the Lakers a bad defensive team? Yes. But how much of them being a bad defensive team is because of inability to actually guard due to effort? Or is it they're an extremely bad defensive team because of their lack of effort? Now, the casuals are going to go in the comments and start typing Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, because it's the trend to blame those guys. But the Lakers have so many brain farts that falls on all 5 guys on the basketball court. I don't understand how you guys can cherry pick 2 players or blame 2 specific players. You got it's so lazy to me. And what I just don't understand is if you guys can go watch the interview, it's on Bleacher Report. The question was, how do you guys get better, improve on these things if you don't practice enough? And he corrected him and said, we practice these things all the time. These guys just choose not to do the right thing. So at what point, you can literally see the frustration on his face, even on the screenshot I took. So it's at what point do you guys stop recycling old narratives? And you if the coach of the team, the guy that sees them all the time, is telling you guys that they don't try hard and they don't do what they're supposed to do, how much blame are you going to put that on the personnel instead of the inner effort inside the person on the basketball court? That's just my question to you guys. Let me know.